Hello and welcome back. Today I have voltage and amp meters that are these kind of cheap devices. You can buy them in the Chinese websites. This one can do 100 volts DC and 10 amps, and you can see the voltmeter is connected with the 3 wires. I will explain how to connect, and the amp meter of course has the big wires, and you find them in a lot of devices. I will build one in my power supply, and I will build one in my electronic load that I had in my other video. Yeah, or I will build another one that also has the watts meter, but that one is still to arrive. So, and you also have the same. These are $1 to your door, I think. They look the same. One has 2 wires and one has 3 wires, and I will explain exactly why, because they are actually the same. Let me zoom in. So here we have the meters. Let's start with the 2 small ones, and the ones you see most, that is the one with the 3 wires, and it's pretty straightforward. You have the black one, it is the minus, you ground that one, and then you need to feed the electronics of the meter itself. You need to feed a plus, well, more than 3 volts, so you can just put it to your 12 volt source or whatever you want to do with that. And you also have here the sense wire, and the sense wire is actually measuring the voltage you want to measure. It's like you have your multimeter. It has the batteries that are these, and then you have your 2 leads, and that are those. No? So this is the sense wire, and here is the power. But if the voltage that you measure is always above 3 volts, then you can also just add these 2 wires together, and that is what I did here. Here you just feed it more than 3 volts. So if you have a power supply that goes from 5 to 15 volts, then you can just connect this to the terminals, and then because it's more than 3 volts, the electronics will work, and the sense wire will just go 5 volts and up. Well, in this case it's 3 volts and up. So if we look at the back of these meters, they are exactly the same. And I think we already found an error in this meter, and the theory we can check later, because here you have the, let me get this one away. Here you have the plus, the power for the meter itself, and the sense wire. And if you're using 2 wires, that is okay. But as I said, you need to add these 2 wires together, or you put here, and then you need to put a big drop of soldering here, because then your power is also your sense wire. So I don't think this one works, because I would expect it that there would be a drop here. But it makes sense now, because I ordered these together as 2, and I found out that it had only 2 wires, so probably it was meant to have 3 wires, and that's why they didn't put a big drop there. And that's it. We're gonna try that. Yeah, and the same for this meter, because, well, maybe you can see through the light, this is just exactly the same. So it has the same 3 wires, plus, minus, and the sense. So let's connect these meters, and I will show you. Okay, I have here a power supply. It's double, so one will be the power for the meter, and the other one will be for the sense wire. And well, I'm here below 3 volts, and as you can, I only put the power, so the red and the black. And now I'm just gonna go up. You see it is trying to start, but it just doesn't, and here it goes. And this is about 3.5 volts, and then you see it starts to work. It is switched on, it's green, and even if I turn it higher, it doesn't matter, because it's all regulated now. And I can go up to 30 volts, I think, with this one, and it just doesn't matter. It's the same brightness now. So this one you can just put on your power source. And now So this one I can put on 5, and then we have I have here the second power supply, and that one, well, the black goes on the black, just do that, and then we have the sense wire. And here it is. Now it's measuring, and if I go up, yeah, you see the meter going up. Now let's say we put it to 10 volts, and if we do this with the power, it should not matter. Even if we put the power to 25, 30 volts, you see, it does not matter. So these circuits are completely separate. But what we also can do is just put the two wires together. And that's what I'm going to do now. And we only use the first power supply. So, and that means we put the red and the yellow together. If we can manage that. Yes, I think we did. Careful, we don't have a short circuit, and then it means if we start turning, you see, it starts even at 3.3 volts, so it needs at least that. So if you want to build this in a power supply and you're not going to go below 3 volts, just use the 2-wire, don't make it too complicated. And yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to show you, and I will show you with the 2-wire thing. Yes. Well, okay, that's my theory down the drain. Because here you can see it's actually working, but I already find out why. So the 2 wires are also good. Just make sure you measure above 3 volts. But here, yeah, and you need to be really close. But instead of putting this drop of tin, you have here the resistor. They removed this resistor and placed it here. And if you look at this one, here it's placed and here it is removed. So that's how they did that. Well, same is for the bigger one with the amp meter. I put again the yellow and the red together, and that means we need to go above 3 volts. Well, you see it's already working. The amps do not show because we did not connect that one, but you just put it in between one of the terminals, and then the right direction, of course. But that's all straightforward. That's it that I wanted to show you why some have 2 wires and one have 3. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.